check primarily. Flow so smooth, words heat. Old school vibe can't defeat. Hip hop roots, cruise deep. Golden era, memories keep. Lyrical prowess, stories unfold. Beats and rhymes.
What's up, peoples of the internet world? We have new stuff to talk about today. Yay. All right, so Vince's Silverado. We talked about the spare tire mount. It's all done on there. The side fenders we actually got one right here on the back side. So we like doing this style right here. So it bolts in and bolts the fender. That way, you know, like we talked about, it's easy to replicate if it smashes, and it's just a sacrificial part. And got all that done. We did get his shock mounts done finally. So they are all on. We cycled everything. It's super good. Everything looks really good on that. Very happy with it. It fit very good. And you can see we have our Bluetooth spring right there. Still got to put the springs on. We just took them off for cycling purposes. We got the geometry a lot better than what it was. Got this 90-degree hose right here that comes off of the shock for the reservoir. It's not living inside the cab, so now he can actually fill that plate in when it goes back. The only thing that we have left on to do for it before it can get out of here is come off here and come off the bottom, catch the bottom corner of the fiberglass and the top of the fiberglass for some support. Then it is, our part is done, and it goes back to Vince, and he can do whatever his heart desires and finish it up and tinker on it for the weekends. Yeah, I'm not doing an update on Gary's Ranger. Still don't have fiberglass. It's new. But the more exciting part, as you can see, we're starting with the F100 stuff. We got the parts in and starting to fit stuff. Huge thanks to Igor for busting all this stuff out in a decent amount of time, actually pretty fast, and very reasonably priced. So if you're in the St. George, Utah area or just needing some stuff, Igor is great with Triton Engineering. He builds amazing stuff. But we got, this is the first part we're starting to build and get it fitted up. This is the bulkhead section right here, the rear mount bulkhead section or rear area. We just started fitting everything. We had to make a custom tool, which is sitting on the table over there, to get some of these weird breaks on the inside, because Igor could not do those ones. Not really surprised. I don't expect everybody to have every single piece of tooling that you would need, because there's a lot of different radiuses on stuff. But this is fitted, it's tacked together. Very, very, very happy with how this is coming. We have tubes that are cut for the upper tube structure of the center mount. They're all cleaned up and ready, so these are all cut. That's pretty cool. So I believe this part has something like here. Ignore the piece. So this will index inside here. Another washer goes inside here to fill that gap up. And that would be like your upper arm mount. What people do not understand, or not understand, but not know, I have to build an enormous amount of tooling. I've been on the lathe all day making bongs and sleeves and spacers for fixturing. So this is only half of the fixturing that I need to make. I still have a whole bunch more to make, and this is all for the sleeve inside of tubes. And then it'll be like a section from here to say like this is, I believe this is the upper arm area. So there'll be another set of sleeves from here all the way to the back of the A-arm and everything. So I have like 4-foot long sections of solid bar that will thread on the end, so it can have one solid common bar all the way through, come together. It has a solid common spacers between everything, hold those spacings between everything exactly what you need, which is very cool. A lot of these things, like say this goes in between two tabs and it captures like this, we oversize these and lengthwise just by a thousandth, a couple thousandths or so, because when you weld, it always likes to draw in. So this will keep the spacing right, and then you can get your misalignments or bushings in a lot easier. But these carts are coming out just awesome. I mean, check out those. They're beautiful. Jeff is doing super good on these. Very, very, very happy. He's a phenomenal welder, and Corey has been killing it on the fabrication side and fitment and cleanup and getting these things to where they're 100% ready to weld. Double checking all our alignments and everything. You can kind of see, here's a few printouts that we have of where it's starting. As you can see, that section over there is this section right here. This is the back section of the bulkhead. Your A-arm will pocket here, lower arm pockets here, and then back here. So really, really cool. Oh, dropped a marker. Super big thanks to Jason Hurd for with DIY and getting all this stuff, you know, CAD models for us, so it's ready to go. It was very reasonably priced, and this will be a good platform to build off of. And then, you know, everything else that we need after the fact, we're going to send to our boy Troy Barker at Troy Barker Designs, and it's going to be a very insane truck. I'm super excited. Woo! We do have one new piece. This is awesome. Mark, I might say his last name wrong. Mark Khalil. I'm not 100% positive, but Mark Motors. He's out of California. We sent him our reed case and everything, and he went through the 4L80 here and did all the works to it. I'm talking billet, pan, all billet internals, everything that you could possibly do to handle, you know, 800 horsepower. It's got it. We have not spec'd the converter out yet because we still got to put a mid plate in. And I'm still up in the air of what size mid plate that I want to do. If I go steel, probably 1/4 inch. If I go aluminum, 3/8. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. We have time, plenty of time. Figure that out. So once it gets a little closer and the time comes to it, we'll figure out what's going to be the most feasible option for that, and then we'll order the torque converter. I do have the bell housing, it's just not bolted on. Otherwise, we have an enormous amount of parts going, so super excited. We do have a lot of the parts for the F100, like the fixture parts and all the Y-frame parts sitting on the fixture table now. You can see we got our little wings here. These are part of the Y-frame section. So the bulkhead's up front, comes back here. These are the link block brackets. These are the fixture mounts for it, but they'll all bolt onto here. Like I said earlier, you can see this is all solid machine barred. So it is all perfect tolerances basically. And this will be a piece that will thread the ends of it, cut it to what length we need, and it would virtually, I don't know if I have the right size. Let's hope so. So essentially, oh, I didn't grab the right size. 1 second.
Idiot.
Oh, I still don't have the right size. We still have to probably go through with a, yeah, I did have the right size. Dang it, I was right the first time. Question myself. But essentially what would be is it would go all the way through here on our upper mount area, go all the way through, bolt clamp tight, and then it would have all our machine spacers through the whole length of this. And then we draw it together. That way we know it is perfect when it comes out. Because when you weld, things like to get a little wonkies. And you have to be very smart about welding it in certain patterns and ways to keep the twist down. So there's definitely a lot of thought that goes into it. A very complicated setup to do if you want to do it right, but in the long run, it is 100% worth it. Well, next week should be a really good week on production of the F100, so we'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
Lyrical prowess, stories unfold, beats and rhymes.